The sun is not a celestial body here. It is an enemy. It hangs directly overhead, a blinding white eye that refuses to blink, scorching the Australian continent until the very air shimmers like liquid glass. We are in the Pleistocene, but this is not the lush garden of the early epochs. This is the Great Drying. The moisture has been sucked from the soil, leaving behind a world painted in rust and red dust. The silence is absolute. It is the silence of a held breath, where every living thing knows that to move is to burn energy. And to burn energy is to die. High above the baked earth, suspended in the tangled architecture of a eucalyptus cathedral, a shadow waits. It is heavy, muscular, and perfectly still. This is the matriarch. She is Thylacoleo carnifex, the Marsupial Lion. But she looks nothing like the lions of your time. She is a biological tank built for the trees. Her body is a compact cylinder of muscle, draped in tawny fur that blends seamlessly with the peeling bark of the gum tree. She does not perch like a bird, she grips. Look at her hands. They are the most terrifying tools evolution has ever forged on this isolated continent. Her front paws possess a thumb, an oversized, semi-opposable digit tipped with a claw that rivals a velociraptor's killing toe. It is a recurved hook, sharp as obsidian, designed for one purpose: to lock on to flesh and never let go. Right now, those hooks are dug deep into the hardwood, anchoring her 70-kilogram frame against the swaying branch. She is a living clamp. She breathes slowly, regulating her internal furnace. The air smells of volatile oil. The eucalyptus leaves are practically sweating fuel. It is a tinderbox waiting for a spark. But her concern is not fire. It is thirst. A soft, muffled shifting comes from her belly. Her pouch, inside the warm, humid nursery of her body. Two joeys squirm. They are blind, hairless, and demanding. They drain her milk, and with it, her hydration. She feels their movement against her skin. A constant reminder of the biological clock ticking down. If she does not drink, the milk dries up. If the milk dries up, the genetic line ends. She shifts her massive head, peering through the leaves. Her eyes are forward-facing, offering binocular precision. She scans the world below. The forest floor is a forbidden zone. Down there, the heat is magnified, radiating off the red dirt like a convection oven. But worse than the heat are the landlords of the ground. Through the gaps in the canopy, she sees the glimmer of the last waterhole. It is a shrinking puddle of brown sludge, surrounded by the cracked geometric patterns of dried mud. And guarding it is the Dragon King, a Megalania. This is not just a lizard. It is a 7-meter nightmare of scales and venom. He sprawls on the bank, a cold-blooded titan soaking up the lethal sun that would kill a mammal in minutes. He owns the water. He owns the ground. To descend is to enter his arena. The matriarch licks her nose. Her tongue is dry like sandpaper. She tests the branch with her weight. She is built for this vertical kingdom. Her hips are flexible, her shoulders powerful engines of rotation. She's safe here, but safety is a cage. The thirst is a physical pain, a tightening noose around her throat. She closes her eyes for a second, listening. The wind shifts. The scent of ozone and dry rot fades, replaced by something sharper, something musky. Her eyes snap open. The silence of the canopy has been broken. Not by the wind, not by a bird, but by the heavy, deliberate compression of wood under weight. She is not alone in the trees. The scent hits her like a physical blow. Pungent, testosterone heavy, and aggressive. It is the smell of a male, but there is no courtship in this perfume. It is the smell of a rival. She turns her head, her neck muscles corded with tension. 30 meters away, across a precarious bridge of interlocking branches, he appears. The exile. He is a rogue male, larger than her. His fur matted with old blood and the dust of the plains. A jagged scar runs down his snout, a souvenir from a fight he survived but did not win. He is panting, his mouth slightly open, revealing the horrific weaponry of their species. He does not have canines. Instead, his front teeth have fused into bolt cutters, two massive incisors that act like a guillotine. Behind them, the premolars have evolved into shearing blades that span the entire length of his jaw. He is a walking pair of industrial shears, and he is looking at her midsection. He knows. The instinct that drives him is ancient and cruel. He does not want the female. He wants to restart her cycle. To do that, he must destroy the current litter. He wants the joeys. The matriarch lets out a low growl. It is not a roar. It is a subsonic vibration that rattles the leaves around her. She rotates her body, putting the trunk of the tree between her pouch and the intruder. She flashes her thumb claw, extending it fully. A switchblade warning. Come closer, and you bleed. The exile ignores the warning. He steps forward, testing the branch. He is heavy, clumsy compared to her, but he has the momentum of desperation. He is starving, too, but his hunger is for dominance. He moves with a terrifying, single-minded focus. He leaps a small gap, his claws tearing into the bark, sending a shower of wood chips raining down to the dangerous floor below. He is closing the distance. The canopy, once her fortress, has become a trap. If they fight here, they will both fall. Gravity is the third combatant in this duel. A fall from this height, locked in a death embrace, would shatter bones. And waiting below is the Megalania, likely watching the trees with cold, reptilian patience, waiting for the drop bears to live up to their name. The matriarch calculates the odds. She cannot defend the pouch while grappling with a male of equal size. Her stomach is exposed. Her skin is thin. One bite from those shearing jaws would disembowel her. She looks at the exile, then she looks down. The decision is madness, but it is the only path. To save her children, she must abandon the safety of the heights. She must enter the kill zone. She hisses, a spray of saliva catching the light. And then she moves. She does not attack him. She launches herself away, diving toward a lower branch. The wood groans under the impact. She scrambles, her movements fluid and desperate, descending the trunk head first, a feat no other large cat-like predator can do. She is retreating toward the floor. The exile pauses, confused by her trajectory. He watches her slide down into the shadows, down toward the heat and the dragon. He hesitates. The ground is not his world, but the scent of the female is a tether he cannot break. With a snarl of frustration, he follows. The matriarch hits the lower canopy, just 10 feet above the dust. She freezes. The air here is thick with the smell of death. She is closer to the water now, but she is also closer to the teeth of the earth. She has traded a duel for a war. And now, she needs a weapon. She needs energy. She needs a kill to fuel the fight that is coming. The sun begins to bleed into the horizon, casting long, distorted shadows across the baked clay. This is the golden hour, but there is no beauty here, only exposure. The temperature drops slightly, just enough to coax the titans out of their stupor. The ground begins to tremble. It is a rhythmic, low-frequency thudding that you feel in your chest before you hear it. They are coming. Emerging from the scrub like moving hills, the Diprotodons arrive at the waterhole. They are grotesque and magnificent. Imagine a wombat, but inflate it to the size of a rhinoceros. Then give it the bad attitude of a hippopotamus. They are 2 tons of hair, fat, and bone. They shuffle forward, kicking up clouds of red talc that hang in the still air. Their fur is thick and dusty, a coat of armor against the flies and the sun. They crowd the muddy bank, shoving each other with massive shoulders, grunting in irritation. They are desperate. The water is low, thick with silt, and smells of decay. But to them, it is nectar. The matriarch watches from her low branch, barely 3 meters above the game trail. She is effectively invisible. She has flattened her body against the limb, tucking her white belly fur out of sight. To a passerby, she is just another burl on the twisted wood of the gum tree. But her heart is hammering against her ribs like a trapped bird. Below her, the Megalania shifts. The Dragon King has seen the herd. He slides into the murky water, disappearing except for his eyes and nostrils. He is a submarine, waiting for a ship to sink. Above her, high in the canopy, the exile is prowling. He has lost visual contact with her in the gloom, but he is hunting the scent, moving down, branch by branch. The matriarch is trapped in the middle layer. She cannot go up. The cannibal waits. She cannot go down without a plan. The dragon waits. She needs a shield. She needs a distraction. She needs the chaos that only a 2-ton carcass can provide. She fixes her eyes on the trail. The bulk of the herd has passed, wallowing in the mud. But there is always a straggler. Always one beast that is too old, too sick, or too stubborn to keep pace. And here it comes, a solitary male Diprotodon, limping slightly, his breathing labored and wheezing. He is massive, a walking fortress of meat. He passes directly beneath her branch. The air around the matriarch seems to freeze. The world narrows down to a single vertical line. Gravity is her ammunition. She does not tense up. She lets go. She surrenders to the fall. She falls like a stone, silent and heavy. There is no roar, no warning screech. The predator is a ghost until the moment of contact. She slams onto the Diprotodon's back with the force of a falling anvil. The impact alone knocks the breath out of the giant. Dust explodes outward from its fur. Before the beast can even process the shock, the matriarch engages her primary weapons. The thumbs. Those massive, sickle-shaped claws drive into the thick hide of the Diprotodon's shoulders. They are not just for cutting, they are grappling hooks. They anchor her 70 kilograms of muscle to the heaving, bucking mountain beneath her. The giant screams a sound like tearing metal, and rears up, trying to shake the demon from his back. He thrashes, slamming his side against a tree trunk, trying to crush her. But she rides the earthquake. She is built for this rodeo. Her hind legs dig in, raking the flanks, but her work is at the front. She climbs forward, over the massive neck, towards the skull. She needs the kill switch. The Diprotodon stumbles, his leg buckling under the chaos. The matriarch reaches the kill zone. She opens her jaws. This is the moment evolution spent millions of years perfecting. She does not have the suffocating bite of a lion, or the bone-crushing pressure of a hyena. She has shears. She clamps her jaws over the back of the giant's neck. The premolars, those biological bolt cutters, slice through tough skin, muscle, and sinew in a single, terrifying motion. It is not a puncture, it is an excision. She targets the spinal column. Crunch. The sound is wet and final. The giant's scream is cut short, replaced by a gurgle of escaping air. The connection between brain and body is severed. The Diprotodon's legs give way. It crashes to the earth with a sound like a falling building, sending a shockwave through the ground that scatters the nearby birds. The matriarch rides the carcass down. She disengages her claws and stands atop her conquest. She is panting, her chest heaving. Blood stains her muzzle. She has turned the prey into a fortress. But the silence that follows is short-lived. The crash has rung the dinner bell. From the water ripples. From the trees, a branch snaps. The kings of the ecosystem have heard the dinner bell. And they are coming to take what is hers. Night falls, like a hammer. The temperature does not drop. It merely changes texture, becoming heavy and suffocating. The carcass of the Diprotodon lies steaming in the dust. A mountain of fresh meat that smells of iron and life. The matriarch stands on top of it, her claws deep in the fur, claiming her prize. But she knows she cannot hold it. From the edge of the waterhole, a shape detaches itself from the darkness. The Dragon King. The Megalania flicks its forked tongue, tasting the copper in the air. It moves with a terrifying, serpentine grace, its claws scraping against the hard earth. It is 7 meters of cold-blooded arrogance. It does not fear the cat. It sees her merely as a garnish on top of the main course. The matriarch hisses, a guttural warning that vibrates in her chest. She swipes the air, her thumb claw flashing in the moonlight. She is ready to die for this meat. She needs the calories for the milk. She needs the energy to survive the drought. She lowers her head, preparing to strike the lizard's nose. But the attack does not come from the ground. A shadow falls over her. A branch snaps above. The exile. He does not drop stealthily this time. He launches himself like a missile, screaming a war cry that shatters the night. He hits the matriarch with the force of a wrecking ball, knocking her off the carcass and into the dust. He does not care about the meat. He is a biological machine programmed to erase her genetic legacy. He pins her down, his jaws snapping inches from her throat. His claws raking her belly, searching for the pouch. The matriarch screams a sound of pure, primal rage. She kicks out with her powerful hind legs, shredding his chest. But he is heavy. He is winning. Then the dragon strikes. The Megalania, irritated by the commotion on its dinner, lunges forward. It bites down blindly into the ball of fur and fury. Its serrated teeth, filled with anticoagulant venom, tear into the exile's flank. The triangle is complete. The mother, the cannibal, the dragon. The dust cloud rises to swallow them all. The dust begins to settle, weighed down by the heavy air. The outcome of the brawl is written in blood on the forest floor. The Megalania has claimed the prize. It drags the massive Diprotodon carcass toward the water, its venomous drool mixing with the dust. It ignores the mammals now. It has enough meat to sleep for a month. The exile is broken. He retreats into the scrub, one eye shut forever. His flank torn open by the dragon's bite. He is no longer a king. He is a scavenger now. He limps away, vanishing into the harsh, dry dark. And the matriarch. She is at the base of the great gum tree. She is bleeding. Her fur is matted with red dust and the blood of her enemy. She is exhausted, her muscles trembling with the aftershocks of adrenaline. She looks at the carcass one last time. It is lost. The gamble failed. She has no food. But then she feels it. A tiny movement against her stomach. A soft, rhythmic pulse. The pouch is intact. The fortress held. She extends her claws, those magnificent, curved spikes, and drives them into the bark. She begins to climb. It is a slow, painful ascent. Every pull screams in her torn shoulders. She rises above the dust, above the smell of the lizard, above the grave of the giant herbivore. She climbs until she reaches the high fork, the sanctuary where the air is cleaner. She collapses onto the branch. She begins to groom herself, licking the wounds, cleaning the dust from her pouch. She is hungry, yes, but she is alive. And then the sky answers. A low rumble rolls across the plains, deeper than the growl of any predator. A flash of light illuminates the horizon. Then a drop. Then another. Cold, clean water strikes her nose. The drought breaks. The rain begins to fall, washing the blood from the leaves, washing the heat from the air. She tilts her head back, catching the water on her tongue. The forest sighs as the tension releases. The matriarch closes her eyes. Tonight, she drinks the sky. Tomorrow, she will hunt again. But tonight, the queen of the canopy sleeps.